Thank you, Madam Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Resources. Minister, can you confirm the entity you call Sustainable Timbers Tasmania received the Forest Stewardship Council's audit report in early June, nearly 4 months ago, and that once again Tasmania's forestry GBE has failed to secure FSC certification?
Thank you. The Honourable Minister for Resources and Renewable Energy.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and absolutely delighted to receive the question from the Honourable Leader for the Greens, Madam Speaker, knowing that it's the Greens that are trying to put out of work more than 1,000 Tasmanians with a policy to kill off the native forest harvesting in Tasmania. That's their policy, coming from the Leader for the Greens, Madam Speaker. And let's make it very clear with respect to Sustainable Timber Tasmania, what we want as a government is a sustainable forest industry and a sustainable timber Tasmania, and guess what? That's what's happening under our watch, on our watch, Madam Speaker. So rebuilding the forest industry is a top priority, and it has happened, Madam Speaker. Unlike what happened under the Labor-Green Accord, when 10,000 jobs were lost, and of course 2/3 of those jobs in the forestry sector were lost, taken down to its knees, decimated. Yes. So we are very proud of the record of the forest industry and what has been achieved over the last few years, and the prognosis going forward with an increase in production, Madam Speaker, increase in exports, and indeed increase in jobs. So the confidence is back. We're rebuilding, and we'll continue to do so, Madam Speaker. So with respect to, Madam Speaker, Sustainable Timber Tasmania going forward, we do support as a government the growth of a sustainable forest industry. Half of our state is covered by forest, and more than half of our forests are reserved, including 87% or more than 1 million hectares of old growth forest, Madam Speaker. Our forest management standards are
Minister,
world's best practice.
we have a point of order.
Madam Speaker, the question, there was one question, no preamble. Has Sustainable Timbers Tasmania received the FSC audit report, and can the Minister confirm they've failed to secure certification?
Well, Ms O'Connor, I do share your concerns, but it's up to the Minister to answer the question as he sees fit. So please, could the Minister stand up? It's not a point of order.
So, Madam Speaker, as I was saying about Sustainable Timber Tasmania and their efforts to achieve forest stewardship certification, as I was saying, the government supports their efforts. They've been continuing with that effort for a good deal of time. There's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of complexity to that, Madam Speaker. As I was saying, the level of environmental protection in Tasmania is more than 3 times the average level of protection across Australia, more than 3 times the world average. We are very proud of our forest management practices here in Tasmania. Very proud, Madam Speaker. They are world's best class, and that's what we're on about. Best practice here in Tasmania.
4 months.
More than 30 years of the forest practice management, and people revere it around Australia and around the world, and we're proud of it. In terms of the Board of Sustainable Timber Tasmania, they have a strong commitment to third-party forest management certification and the state's public production forestry business. Certification provides confidence to customers and consumers via independent third-party auditing that the forests from which their products are sourced are managed responsibly. So, Madam Speaker, I can advise the certification is recognised at an international level by the Program for Endorsement of Forest Certification, PEFC, the world's largest certification scheme. In addition, the government supports STT's goals to obtain FSC, as I've mentioned, and therefore aim to be dual certified under two internationally recognised certification. STT has recently been audited by SCS Global Services against the new FSC Australian Forest Stewardship Standard, and the government and STT look forward to receiving that auditor's report. And, Madam Speaker, obviously when there's more to report, I'd be happy to do so.
Hold on. Point of order, Madam Speaker. Relevance, don't sit down.
Now, Ms O'Connor, I'm sure it's not a point of order.
It is a point of order.
Look, I totally understand your passion, and I have been practising mindful deafness to your constant interjections, because I know it is your passion. But you know Standing Order 45, you know the rules and where I sit. So
Point of order, Madam Speaker, and I'm entitled to be heard.
You are, and I'm going to let you be heard.
Thank you. Madam Speaker, the Standing Order 45 on relevance says the Minister's answer shall be relevant to the question. It's to be read with 44. Such questions not to involve argument. That is why the question was very straightforward. Can the Minister confirm that we failed to secure FSC certification with a report he sat on for 4 months?
Ms O'Connor, you would know that since I've been in this chair, my frustration with Standing Order 45. It is up to this House to address the way that is handled. This is a standing practice that has been accepted in this House for decades. I don't understand why, but it is. So I'm afraid that is not a point of order.